Good morning and welcome to today's session. Today we are going to discuss mixture model. I am going to unplay an analogy, that is a brilliant t-tester's strategy to compare mixture model. Today's agenda: first of all, we will discuss an analogy and formal definition, the need of this approach, popular mixture models, and finally applications of these mixture models in machine learning and artificial intelligence. Our goal is to understand the totality with the ingredients. As an analogy, let us consider the strategy adopted by a brilliant tea-taster to fix its market cost. Now consider this example. What is the role of a tea-taster? He tastes the tea, not only the taste of tea, but also he could identify the quality of soil, the altitude, the climatic condition, etc., in which this particular tea plant is cultivated. Based on all these simple minute informations, he tasted the tea and he gave qualitative value to that particular tea product. But people like us can only understand the taste of that particular tea product. We can never understand the underlying distributions of the climatic effect, the quality of soil, altitude, etc. It is like that. The mixture model is like one. It is the distribution for the totality. It contains even the minute details of its subpopulations. So we are going to define what is a mixture model. In statistics, a mixture model is a probabilistic model for representing the presence of subpopulations within an overall population, without requiring that an observed data set should identify the subpopulation to which an individual observation belongs. We think about the totality, but we never look into the subpopulation separately. At the same time, we can understand what is the effect of each subpopulation distribution. Okay, that is the concept of mixture model. Why we use mixture model? So subpopulations are intractable. The underlying distributions may not be tractable in all situations. In the case of tea tasting example, a normal man cannot understand the quality distribution of the underlying things like quality of soil, the altitude, the climatic conditions, etc. But the mixture model, that is the tea taster, could understand this from the general taste of that tea. The second point is required to make sub-distributions refined. Is an interesting thing in our machine learning. Once we develop a model for the total distribution, then we identify the subpopulations with the help of Gaussian mixtures. Then we can refine the subpopulations so as to make the qualities of the original population, the totality, will be refined. That means the subpopulation distribution will be refined so as to make the original distribution to be refined. The mathematical formulation of a mixture model. The first step is, as we expect, fix the input family of distributions to represent subpopulations. For convenience, I denote the probability distribution as pi of y given theta. We use the parameter theta, then we sample y to represent the probability density function or PMF, whatever it is, of the ith family with respect to the parameter theta. Now we mix this distribution with a weightage probability Wi. See, Wi is probability, so total weight or the total probability become 1. That is must. Now we define the PMF like this: PMF of original sample with respect to the parameter as the weighted sum of these individual probability distributions. See, this is weighted sum. Why it is called weighted sum? This Wi is weight. We multiply each probability distribution sub distributions with weight and divide by total weight. That is our weighted average. Is divided by sigma Wi. Sigma Wi is become 1 because Wi is a probability distribution. By the normalization property or calibration, total probability should be 1. So sigma I is equal to 1 to k, Wi become 1. So the denominator is automatically 1. Even though it is a weighted sum, it is a weighted average. Or simply we calculate the mixture model as a weighted average of subpopulations. Subpopulation distribution. Whenever we say a distribution, this probability distribution here. Okay, so what is the real thing? Mathematically, the mixture model is actually the weighted sum of the weighted sum, it is actually weighted average, not weighted sum, weighted average of individual distributions. Our aim is to find this WI, not individual values of WI, the distribution of WI. Once we know the distribution of WI, everything is okay. We can regenerate or recreate this distribution at any instance without much difficulty. So that means once we have a mixture model with this parameter distribution WI, then we can recreate it at any time. This is something like a recipe. Once you have a recipe, then we can prepare the dish at any time using that recipe. So mixture model is something like a recipe. Now classification of mixture model. The mixture model can be classified into three groups. Finite mixture model, that means in the summation I is equal to 1 to k. If k is finite, then this weighted average is called a finite mixture model. And definitely if k is infinity, it is called infinite mixture model. And finally continuous mixture models. Continuous mixture model are those models with these individual distributions are continuous. We use continuous distribution to generate this mixture model. Then popular mixture models. The two popular mixture models are Gaussian mixture model and Dirichlet's mixture models. And we can also create Dirichlet's multinomial mixture model or DMMM. That is generally used for machine learning applications. Applications. One of the important application is model-based clustering. That means instead of hard clustering, that means we identify the centroid, and using the distance between the centroid and data points, we classify the points into different clusters. That is our hard clustering. We are not going to calculate the clusters and update the cluster centers. Instead of that, we are trying to find out a distribution for individual clusters. Now we can look this idea in terms of Gaussian distribution. Sorry, not Gaussian distribution, this is a mixture model. Consider we have a mixture model. That means the representation for the total data point. Once you can identify the sub distributions correctly, the sub distributions is working like a cluster. So our problem, clustering problem, becomes very simple. We have to develop a mixture model and identify the exact or optimum number of sub distributions. That's all. That number is actually the required number of clusters. Once you got the correct distribution, then it represents the clustering of the entire data set into subpopulations or clusters. So the classification or unsupervised classification model become more simple in terms of probability. We are not going to do that tedious job of identifying the centroid and calculating distance between the centroid and data points and assign this point into different clusters using that complicated loss function. We are not doing that. We calculate the distribution. Generally we are using Gaussian distribution. We are trying to develop a mixture distribution, and once you have a very good Gaussian mixture distribution or a mixture model, and once you know the correct number of sub distributions required to build up this, then that number is actually number of clusters that we need to classify these data points into different classes. That's all. That much simple. The problem becomes that much simple. So that procedure is called the model-based clustering. In that case, essentially we are using mixture models. And second one is also very important, the elimination of latent variable effect, that is mediation and moderation in conventional statistics terms in modeling. Suppose we are going to develop a model for a given data, but the behavior of this model is can be captured through our observed variable. That behavior may be very much influenced by some other variables. Such variables are not observable. They are called latent variables or hidden variables. For example, we consider the COVID-19. We know that the old age people are easily susceptible to this COVID-19. What is the reason? We can observe only this: the old age people death rate become high. That means the higher rate of death through to this particular age group, the senior citizens, senior people, that can be observed. What is the real reason? The real reason is their immunity power is decreasing as ages goes on, isn't it? So we cannot capture that particular thing numerically from the data. That is the issue. That means the latent variable have some effect on this observed variable. See, that effect is considered as a mediation and moderation. There are two types of such latent variable effect. One is mediation. This effect of this latent variable mediate this. In our COVID-19 case, it is a mediation. It will mediate the death, the possibility for death. Okay, then this mixture model will automatically solve this mediation or moderation. It automatically filter out this, because the total distribution can be identified as different distribution and its weighted average, and the optimal number of distributions will identify the real factors behind our observed behavior or observed variable behavior. In that case, the intermediate factors or mediators or moderators will be eliminated. That is one of the important advantages of using this mixture model in traditional statistical models. Okay, thank you very much.